Hello, Internet. I'm me, and this is uh this is kind of be a little Kamen Ridery, but this is of course Tokumi Sentai Go episode 9 and 8, the two that I've been neglecting. Okay, let's cover the Tokumi Sentai Go. Now, I'm gonna say this right off the bat. These episodes are, say it with me now, average. Very average. These two episodes have not really been giving me too much excitement or pleasure. I mean, like, they had one or two cool things. Both the fight scenes have been very intriguing. Episode 8, um, yeah, there's, uh, you know, Blue Buster meets an old friend who's an engineer and is overseeing the plans of the next big robot. They have to protect the blueprint plans from Enter, and the friend ends up betraying Blue Buster and ends up handing over the plans to Enter when he has a change of heart. Cool. And honestly, as much as that does sound cool from a conceptual base, the way they execute it is almost so deadpan and so boring. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Something that could have been wrought with tension is kind of just glossed over. It's only at the last minute do you actually get to know that, oh, his friend is a traitor. And at that last minute, it's kind of too late to just bring up the tension of them probably losing the plans. But I did like that they did lose the plans and Enter takes them. Even though the guy changed his mind, he was too injured to actually really do anything about getting back to Blue Buster and giving back the plans. But they did have a backup, so the plans were kind of fine. So, okay, yeah, we had backups. Pretty much what I would expect from a business. So, second episode, the next episode, episode 9, if I'm not mistaken, I may be mistaken here because I'm terrible with numbers. I'm sorry. Is a Yoko episode, even though this episode can pretty much be summed up like this. Yoko and Yoko and Usada get into an argument because Usada wanted to take a day off, but then he said something about Yoko, and Yoko got mad, and they had an argument, and then Usada goes up to the execs and say, "I want a day off." They give him the day off. He goes out. He gets kidnapped. He gets rescued. He gets kidnapped again by Enter. He gets blown up. He gets held for ransom. Sorry. Gets blown up. Then it turns out he's not blown up. And Enter goes home kind of pissed. There's only three real notable parts of this episode, and it's one that Usada is still a jerk, even though he's in peril and mortal danger. And that's actually kind of weird. Two, the Tokimei Sentai Go Busters are not above using body doubles and sneaky tactics and real, like, almost anime stylish planning. Like in Naruto, where it was like, oh yeah, you're gonna punch this clone, but I made that clone deliberately. And then the bad guy's like, I knew that was a clone, so I punched that clone, but expected you to come from over there. And he's like, yeah, but I made a second clone to be over there, and a third clone to come up from behind you, while the real me sets up another trap that you set off. And I mean, it really does do that. And luckily, it's not like Naruto where it takes about 3 episodes to explain why the hell somebody just went left instead of right. Anywho, after that, Usada's fine. Enter, for the first time, gets emotionally pissed, which was pretty freaking awesome. Oh, and about those blueprints that Enter took, they're completely and utterly useless because they don't have the energy to make them. Real fantastic. So we're gonna have the next episodes like that subway monster just trying to collect energy to make this amazing plan. Woo. It's not bad. Again, it's not bad. It's just not good. It's average and it's good placement. I almost bordered on it being filler, except for the fact that things actually are gonna play into each other, so I just kinda have to wait. And I kinda don't wanna wait because of how Inter acts and how his boss acts and how the whole operations have been working together and working against each other. You kinda just wanna see what happens once one person gets an ultimate weapon and the other gets a leg over the other. You want to see these conflicts happen, but most of the time they just don't. But the fight scenes and the unique storylines of these are actually pretty good. And the thing is, where Yoko and Usada's episode, there is no monster of the week this time. Actually, it's just all going off of the tension of Usada being kidnapped. When I mean tension, I mean there's almost none because we all know Usada won't die. Though I was hoping they would go that route because we do know there's going to be extra buddy bots that will help onto the Megazord. So I was hoping like Usada dies and she has to live with a new buddy bot, and that new buddy bot has a new vehicle mode and a new animal mode that she has to get used to and grow as a character. But no, we get Usada being still alive and being a jerk. Roger, Daddy. Now, like I said, those two were about, they range from a 8 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10. In between there, you could pretty much pick your own. And honestly, there are good in the moment episodes, but nothing to go home, call home about and all that. But, but, as much as people have been hounding me about this, going, did you watch Kamen Rider Fourze? Did you watch Kamen Rider Fourze? Did you watch Kamen Rider Fourze? Yeah, I watched Kamen Rider Fourze. I told you guys, I'm still following Kamen Rider Fourze, I'm just not reviewing it. And as much as people have told me the story got better, I know it got better. It got a new director and therefore a new writer to make the stories more interesting. In fact, we had multiple personality Zodiarcs. We had some pretty brutal fight scenes. And you had a lot of cool stuff. But the number one thing that's topping my list of whoa, what the fuck, is Kisaragi's Cosmic States. Now this was awesome. This overshadowed Go Busters from me watching it because I watch Superhero Time. I watch it as it comes out, like Kamen Rider, Go Busters, right there at the same time slot. So yeah, I know when it comes on, and Kamen Rider Fourze just overshadowed it, mostly because it's hitting its peak in its season and is going on, and so oh, Rocket Drill State, for those of you that want to know any more about Kamen Rider Fourze, Rocket Drill State and Kamen Rider Amazon. Also, just a side note, Kamen Rider Stronger, or the actor who played Kamen Rider Stronger, has passed away at the age of 63. Moment of silence. Anyway, Kamen Rider Fourze, those two episodes leading up to the Cosmic State are fantastic episodes. I love those episodes. They are 10 out of 10. Especially where the Aries gets his ass whooped preciously. Though I think the finisher could have been a lot more defined. Not that it was bad. I loved it. No, I mean it's more defined. Like when we see Kamen Rider Forze's finisher with the fire switch, we see a giant flame or something, or the railgun bomber. We see a big railgun and it crunches up the enemy, it blows them up into hell. When you're in space and you have no other perspective except for black background with little specks, you really can't get the feel the size of it. Now I know the whole thing about him warping him out into space should be a big enough hint that this is a huge ass blast, but I still wish we could at least see something in the backdrop to give us a good perspective on how big this attack really is. And that's the only thing I felt was lacking in these episodes. Other than that, I loved these episodes. I loved the two episodes leading up to the Kamen Forze's Cosmic State. Even if they do bend the laws of nature, it's still a good two pairing of episodes, and this was a deserving of two parts. Doing this in a one part would have killed all the suspense, all the story, and all the feeling to the episode. Even each actor puts their own feelings into it, though some I feel could have done better. They all try their best at showing raw emotions at the right times. And I even have a little suspicion that Tachibana is Kengo's father. But other than that, I'm not gonna review Kamen Rider Fourze. Like I said, I'm not doing that anymore. But that was Kamen Rider Fourze and Go Busters. I'm gonna come back later with Akiba Ranger, so stick around. And I probably won't have any links for any of them. But if I do, count yourself lucky, because I'm extremely late on this one.